Learn English easily.
A princess in the village. There was a princess named Eliana in a beautiful land. She was born into a wealthy royal family. Her life was full of fancy clothes, jewels, big rooms, and big meals. But even with all this luxury, Eliana wanted something simpler. She dreamed about what it was like outside the palace, where life was about simple happiness, not about being a princess. Eliana had to do a lot of royal duties and follow old rules every day. Everything she did and said had to match these old traditions. But when it was night and the moon was out, she liked to go to her secret garden and think. She thought about how people lived when they weren't princesses or kings, without the heavy responsibilities of ruling a kingdom. One day, full of curiosity and wanting to be free, Eliana put on regular clothes and quietly left the palace. Her heart was racing with excitement, and a little bit of fear as she stepped into new places. She walked around busy markets and quiet streets, amazed by how simple and beautiful normal life was, very different from hers. In this new place, Eliana met Jacob, a young man who was very kind and welcoming. Jacob made beautiful things out of wood and stone. He lived in a small village close to the city, a place where life was calm and everyone knew each other by their names, not by any special titles. Seeing how much Eliana liked his way of life, and wanted to know more about how regular people live, Jacob invited her to spend a day with him in the village. They spent the day together, and Eliana helped Jacob in his workshop. She enjoyed working with the raw materials and making something beautiful. They also ate a meal with Jacob's family, where everyone laughed and shared stories without worrying about being formal. For the first time, Eliana felt a true friendship that didn't care about her being a princess. She heard the villagers talk about their hopes and dreams, and it made her feel like she found parts of herself she didn't know were missing. The simple life in the village and the real friendships she made gave her a wonderful feeling of peace, and made her feel like she belonged. As it got dark, Eliana and Jacob sat outside under the stars. Everything was quiet except for the soft sound of the wind. In that quiet moment, Eliana understood that real happiness doesn't come from living in a fancy palace, but from enjoying simple things and having true friends. When Eliana went back to the palace, she didn't just bring back memories of a very different day, but she also had new thoughts about life. She realized that even though she would always have her princess duties, her heart would always miss the simple and real life she saw that day. Moved by what she learned, Eliana started to use her role as a princess to help the royal family and the people come together, pushing for them to understand and support each other. Even though she stayed living in the palace, her heart was always with the people in the village, and with Jacob, the kind man who taught her how wonderful and simple life can be. Eliana's adventure was more than just leaving her royal life for a bit. It was about learning how rich and precious life can be when we connect with others. A lesson way more important than any fancy crown or throne.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more.